The Coronet 12-20 is a charming piece of photographic history. A simple, no-frills box camera that helped make photography accessible to everyday people. Released around 1950 by the Coronet Camera Company in Birmingham, England, it was designed to be both affordable and easy to use, making it a popular choice for amateur photographers of the time. But what makes this particular camera special to me isn't just its vintage charm. It was given to me by Malcom. Malcom is one of the regulars in my local pub, the Blue Bell. One day I was in the Blue Bell and I was having a pint, and I got into a conversation with some of the regulars about my film photography, and Malcom mentioned to me that he had some old film cameras stashed away in a drawer, and he asked me if I would be interested in them. The following week, Malcom dropped off these cameras behind the bar for me to collect the next time I was in, and in that collection of cameras was this 1950s Coronet 12-20 medium format box camera. Malcom told me that this camera was purchased by his dad after the war. He said that during the war, film was pretty much impossible to get hold of. So when his father bought this camera and things were slowly returning to normal, this was a massive, massive thing for Malcom and his family. And many of his old family photos were taken on this camera. And it's in absolutely fantastic condition for its age. I can tell that it's been well looked after and well loved. So I promised Malcom I would run a roll of film through this camera and do my best to get some good photographs. I decided I wanted to start the roll of film with a photo of the Blue Bell pub where Malcom had given me the camera. When I arrived, the landlord John was setting up for the day, so I asked John if I could take his portrait. Unfortunately, I didn't quite hold the camera still enough, and the photo turned out a little bit blurry. However, I found a nice angle of the Blue Bell pub and took this photo, which I'm really, really pleased with. Next, I headed down the riverbank, and the way that these branches framed the tower across the river caught my eye, so I took this photo. As I was taking this video clip to accompany the photograph, a rowing boat came by, and I thought it'd be fantastic if I could capture the same photograph with the boat as a subject in the frame. Unfortunately, I couldn't advance the film quick enough, and I completely messed up the framing of this photo. So I decided to continue on down the riverbank and try and take a photo of a boat that was rested at the side of the river. The Coronet 12-20 has two focusing settings, near and distance. This photograph would have probably turned out a little better if I'd have remembered to set the focusing lever to near, but it's still got kind of a soft focus charm to it. Next, I headed towards the Minster to try and capture a few photographs there. I captured this one on the street leading up to the Minster, and I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. I love capturing photos of the Minster framed by the leaves of the nearby trees, so I captured a photo of that. One of the quirks of the Coronet 12-20 is it actually has two lenses, one for the viewfinder and one that actually takes a photo. The viewfinder lens is reversed and sits above the taking lens, which can make framing your shots a bit tricky, especially if you're not used to it. The Coronet 12-20 has a built-in green filter, and on the top of the camera it says, "In brilliant sunshine, use built-in colour filter for cloud pictures and landscapes, etc., but not for portraits." Even though I got the framing of this photo completely wrong, I love the contrast between the sky and the clouds. I also used the built-in green filter on this photo of Clifford's tower, and again, the sky and the clouds just look absolutely fantastic. For the final photo on my roll of film, I wanted to see how the camera would perform in contrasting light, so I headed to Lady Peckett's yard, but unfortunately the dual lens system and reverse viewfinder caught me out once again, and I didn't frame this photo correctly. So although not all the photographs that I took turned out how I anticipated that they would, I had a fantastic day shooting with this camera. And when I took the photographs into the Blue Bell and I showed Malcom and the other regulars there, they were really impressed and really pleased that I'd gone out and managed to put a roll of film through it. So it was a great experience. And I also think now I've put a roll of film through it and I know how the camera works and I know exactly where I went wrong on some of the photographs, I bet I could do a lot better job in the future if I put another roll of film through this camera. Malcom also gave me this Bencini Comet S camera. It's a 127mm film camera, so hopefully I'll be able to source a roll of 127 film and run it through that. And it's such a cool, funky looking camera, and again in absolutely amazing condition, so I'm definitely going to try and source some film and pop it through this camera and do another video, so look out for that one. In the meantime though, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see me shooting more film on quirky old cameras, I recently put a roll of film through this Halina X35, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out this video. I'll put a link to it at the end of this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.